How to become an American transgender theorist. A recipe. Step 1. Read a few paragraphs of Michel Foucault's The History of Sexuality, Volume 1. In English translation, of course. Step 2. Read a book about Foucault to help you understand Step 1. Reading the back cover blurb will also do. Anything published by Routledge, New York will be sure to help you out. Now here's a helpful hint. When you go to the bookstore, look for the R on the spine of the book. This will save you a lot of time. Step 3. Memorize the terms reverse discourse, production of sexuality, and discursive regularity. Use them more liberally than you would garlic in a pesto sauce. Step 4. Find some image of a tranny. Any image will do. Okay, now using the terms memorized in Step 3, speak in a very intellectual fashion about the binary sex-gender system. Bonus points for saying the odd word or two in French. When you deliver your paper at a conference, don't forget to dress the part. You want to strive for that intellectual look, but especially that urban, hip, activist intellectual. Chunky black glasses always go over well. Go with boldly conservative. Tweed jackets and black turtlenecks, matte lipstick, and a bob. Okay, now that you've got your outfit together, here's an example of what you can say. The cinematic representation of Dill in Neil Jordan's film The Crying Game illustrates Foucault's theory of the production of sexuality as well as the reverse discourse that it engenders. The discursive regularities of sex-gender identities offer identificatory possibilities which are simultaneously reactionary and emancipatory with respect to the binary sex-gender system. Step 5. Repeat. Step 4. Try this. This ambivalent relation to gender representation is further evidenced in The Silence of the Lambs. The transsexual protagonist can only become embodied through the literal dismemberment of non-transsexual women. She has been produced through the discursive regularities of the natural, obliged to become real through wearing the skin of real women. Step 6. Don't forget postmodernism. Don't forget postmodernism. Don't forget to mention postmodernism. Statements about postmodernism should always be uttered very dramatically. Like this. These examples enact the crisis of representation, emblematic of postmodernism, wherein the real is folded into a simulacrum of images. Step 7. It is very important that you deal with race. If you choose an image with a tranny of color back in Step 4, this is really easy. Link race and gender by talking about crossing borders and boundaries. An example. In Jenny Livingston's film Paris is Burning, Black and Latina transsexuals are dupes of the American dream, believing they can escape their poverty and social ostracism if they become high fashion models. Their attempts to cross their sex need to be read as efforts to transcend their race and ethnicity. Now, tie this into American lesbian and gay politics. Step 8. Now, tie this into American lesbian and gay politics, because we all know that American lesbians and gays have so much to teach transsexuals. Your lesbian-inflected fashion sense will help you out a lot here. This is the most important point. Like yeast to bread, You just can't do trans theory without referring back to American lesbian and gay politics. Try something like this. Yet, The Crying Game, The Silence of the Lambs, and Paris is Burning all expose the political dangers of an essentialized gender identity. Queer politics challenges this naive appeal to ontological essence by forcing a critical engagement with the discursive production of and resistance to normative genders. Step 9. Conclude. Be somewhat earnest and blurt out something like this. My argument shows the import and relevance of Foucault's theoretical framework for a virtual eruption of normative sex-gender bodies. Following the insights of queer politics, this challenge to the gender system is only successful when activists negotiate the production of gender as well as its reverse discourse. Indeed, when they lay claim to its reverse discourse in order to challenge its production. The discursive regularities of normative sexualities and genders are displaced through queerly transgender practices. There, you've done it. A few sexy words, a couple images, and voila, you're in business. Conference papers, journal articles, book contracts, more. The glamour of transgender theory awaits. You go, girl. Everyone else has. Don't forget postmodernism.